What's up, YouTube? Winged Wolf Knight coming at you today, and I'm here today simply just to talk about a few things that I've had resurfacing from my subconscious the last few days. With me meditating more and more, I'm starting to re-access some things that I've locked away, and I want to talk a little bit about them today. I don't expect this to be a super long video. It's going to be more or less for motivation, in my opinion, but here I am. So anyway, I'm just getting home from work, actually. I just got off at 1 o'clock, and now I'm sitting out on my porch for a minute before I head upstairs into my apartment, because it is a nice day, everybody. Look at that beautifulness. Just absolutely gorgeous day out here, guys. But anyway, like I said, I've been doing some meditation, real heavy lately. I've been meditating a lot more than I used to, and it's been opening my mind up a little bit to some things that I had neglected to use and had forgotten them, and some things in my subconscious that I forgot. But one of the biggest things that came to me in one of my meditations a couple days ago was simple, but yet a very powerful message that downloaded into my subconscious, and that was simply this. I had forgotten one very, very important lesson, guys, and I think it is one of the most important lessons, and that's we have got to remember to love ourselves and not forget about that, because if we forget how to love ourselves, it makes it impossible for us to be able to love other people. Mod Sun has a song called Selfish. The famous rapper Mod Sun, his song Selfish, in one part of his song, it says, and the lyrics, we can never love each other until we learn to love ourselves. And I didn't really think too strongly on that at the beginning of listening to it, and now I'm starting to really pay attention to the lyrics, and I understand what he means by that. And what he means by that is, if we can't love ourselves, we will never be able to love another person to our maximum capacity, because how can we love another person if we can't even accept ourselves for who we are? And like I said, that came to me real heavy in a meditation session that I was doing. And it really, it hit home, because for a long time, guys, I have not loved myself. I had completely lost the self-love that I had for myself after I hit my depression state in my teenage years, when I went through my dark night of the soul, and I'm finally getting back to where I am accepting everything about myself, from the good traits to the bad traits and everything in between, because I finally realized self-love is the most powerful thing that we can have on our side, because once we can love ourselves and be comfortable in our own skin, nobody's going to be able to break that, because at that point we will be stable enough with ourselves to know, hey, I love myself for who I am. Flaws, strengths, weaknesses, everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and what we have forgotten as a people is coming together. It seems like these days, guys, the illusion of separation is every which direction you look, because there's factions of people, government, all this stuff. But why do we still want to keep ourselves separated instead of coming together to better ourselves and to better the planet that we are inhabiting? And as I've been meditating more and more, I'm starting to become more open to things that I had just let sit in my subconscious for years and years, and just totally stopped talking about them. But like I said today, guys, the most important thing that I think that I've learned is just how to re-love myself, because any point in time, everybody has went through some point in their life where they've had a lot of self-hatred, self-doubt, maybe didn't have confidence or was too afraid to go and take an opportunity, or too afraid to speak their mind, because we've all been geared these days that most people can't handle the truth anymore, it seems like, to me anyway. But as I've been meditating more and more, I have finally gotten back to the point where I can say that I do love myself once again, and I am so proud to be able to say that about myself, because for many years, like I said, I would look in the mirror, guys, and it was just like I was looking at a totally different person. It was like I was looking at myself, but I didn't seem like myself. I was down, I was depressed, I didn't have a glow anymore, and I just looked like I was sulking constantly and just seemed like I had lost all authentic happiness. Well, after I've got myself out of that point, and once I learned what that dark time in my life was, and I realized it was a big learning experience, I look back now on those events and what I did, and it really did teach me a lot, guys. So I just wanted to get on here today, make a video. It's just too nice of a day for me to sit inside, and like I said, the biggest lesson I've learned recently is just learning how to re-love who I am. And not everybody is going to accept you. Don't ever try to please everybody on the planet, because it will never happen. You cannot please everybody. Everybody has their own opinions, their own perceptions, their own mentality, their own way of doing things, because everybody, guys, has to experience their own life according to the path that they make. And that's another lesson I learned real strongly the last few months, is I am my own architect. And what that implies to me, what I think constantly, guys, what we think is in fact what manifests in our reality. So why hold ourselves in misery and be down and depressed and lose our happiness and lose ourselves and try to act like somebody we're not, when at the end of the day we're just going to be miserable, instead of manifesting the life we want and manifesting what we need for ourselves to survive and to be able to make it in this world on our own paths. And these lessons are very, very powerful, guys, and with me finally relearning them, I've opened my eyes even more than I was, and I'm starting to now understand things that I thought I understood that I didn't. I didn't understand them at all, guys. But the main reason I got on here today, guys, was just to tell you that my meditation's been going really well. It's really, really helpful for me to relearn some of the lessons that life has tried to show me that I just push to the side, and I sometimes regret it and sometimes I don't, because all my choices I've made up until now, that's just who I am. And why be upset about your own choices when at the end of the day you're living your life the way you see fit? But I'm just coming to you guys today, and as you can see, I mean, I am a lot more peaceful. I have a lot less stress now, guys. I have been changing into a totally different person, and it's somebody that I am really beginning to love and understand, because it's who I am in my core, in my soul. And I know some of this might sound cheesy, corny, whatever you want to go with there, but I'm just going to say it, guys. These days, I'm living happier. I'm not as worried as I used to be. I'm not as anxious as I was, because I've learned how to live in the moment again, guys. I stopped dwelling on my past as much, and I've stopped looking toward the future as much, because I realized living in the moment is the best way to live, because with living in the moment, that allows you to experience the experiences that you're supposed to experience on your journey, guys. And I can tell you now, these spiritual journeys, they can be scary. I can't lie, they can be very scary. And I've learned that too. A lot of the things that have resurfaced in my mind, I'm sitting there like, ooh, why did I ever think about that? Or what caused me to think about it? And like I said, guys, I'm back to my zen, and I plan on keeping it like that, because I got tired of sitting in a constant state of depressed sadness and anxiety and feeling miserable and weighed down by all my negative emotions that I just couldn't seem to detach from. And once I could finally detach from those things, it has allowed me to relearn how to better express myself. That was another thing I struggled with a lot at one point, guys, was expressing myself. I used to just hold everything in for months and months, sometimes years. And when I would do that, when it finally boiled to the surface on how I felt, I was freaking out. I was going into a rage state. I was pissed at the world. I was pissed at myself. And I realized that hatred was stemming from the fact that I had started to hate myself because of me comparing myself to everybody else around me. And I learned if I kept doing that, I'm never going to find happiness, because no matter what I do, I'm always going to be, hey, I'm doing good here, but man, this person over here is still so much better, seems like he knows so much more. Stop that, guys. Just stop. If you still think that you have to compare yourself to others, just stop. Because if you keep trying to impress everybody, I'm telling you, it's going to drive you into a path of misery. Because no matter what you do, you'll always have that little bit of doubt saying, you're not good enough, or what if I'm not good enough for this person, when you shouldn't be worried about being good enough for another person. You should just be worried about being good enough for yourselves. And as for me, I have learned to play both the lone wolf and the pack wolf. Sometimes I have to do things on my own, guys. That's how I am. I have to do my own challenges. I have to do my own trials on my own. But then there are also sometimes I've learned that the trials I get were meant for me to go and ask somebody for help, to learn how to communicate better, because I lost the ability to communicate really well many years ago, and now it's very hard for me today because I was quiet too long. I sat on the sideline. I didn't want to be the center of attention. None of that. But mostly why I got on here was just kind of tell you that little bit of information, and just let you guys know, like, in your spiritual journey, guys, you will struggle. You will struggle a lot. But be mindful. Those struggles that you go through are meant to help you to evolve to your higher self, your higher version, your best version. We are infinite beings, guys. We are energy in a vessel, and as it goes, we all know the law. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only transfer forms. And I've learned in my awakening process that during my spiritual journey, in the beginning, I was lost. I was completely lost, guys. I had no idea where to go on my path. It was like I was stuck at a fork, and I didn't know whether to go left or right, or down the center, or wherever, because I didn't fully understand what those lessons were that the universe was trying to teach me. I look back now and I see what those lessons were meant to teach me, and I've realized that is what helped me to become who I am now. And for all of you that watch this video, I just want you to be filled with bright blessings. Keep them vibes high, guys. Good luck on your spiritual journeys, and namaste, guys. And like I said, you're gonna struggle, but just remember, through those struggles, you will become your better version. You will become your best self. And as I said, always remember, or if you've forgotten how, learn to love yourself. Because once you can love yourself and be happy in your own skin, all your other pieces of life will start to fall in place. Because you'll be in a point of happiness and not a point of sorrow. You won't be stuck or blocked. You'll be able to overcome your boundaries and expand your consciousness and learn the lessons that you need to learn. So, for everybody out there in the world today that's struggling with anxiety, depression, feeling like you're not good enough, take your power back, guys. Take your power back. Stop letting others tell you you're weak, you can't do this, you can't do that, because you can, guys. I promise you, you can do whatever trials come your way, you can overcome. And when you realize that you are an almighty, powerful, infinite being, you can start coasting through the life that you want and start manifesting the reality that you want for yourself. On that note, guys, this is meant to be more of a motivation video. And there's my smile. That was something I seemed like I lost for a long time, guys, was that smile. I've gotten that back. And like I said, love yourself and everything will fall in place for you. And when you feel like you're down and out, claw your way out of that hole and keep on pushing, because you are strong enough to overcome whatever boundaries are in your path. I promise you that. May your day be filled with bright blessings, beautiful vibrations, and just learn to enjoy. And with that being said, guys, normally I'd say, if you want, like and subscribe to my channel, leave comments, ring the notification bell to keep up to date when I upload new videos. But that's not the point of this video, guys. The point of it was just to let you guys know that you can take back your power. You can become a better version of yourself, no matter how much doubt you might have. Winged Wolf Knight is out. I will see you on the next video, guys. Goodbye.